Dave at No Recipe Required, and our NFL-inspired burger series continues with my hometown, the San Francisco 49ers tonight. What I'm going to do is a Zinfandel blue cheese burger. Now, Zinfandel, Northern California, one of my absolute loves, my passions, is wine, and incorporating it into a burger like this, it's dynamite. I'm going to saute down some onions and use the Zinfandel to essentially braise the end of those onions, really concentrate the flavors. The onions top a beef patty with some melted blue cheese on there, sourdough bun, of course, San Francisco. It's an absolutely spectacular burger. I'm proud to say it is a 49ers inspired burger, and let's go ahead and show you how to do it. Let's go ahead and start with our 49ers Zinfandel burger. I got a saucepan over medium heat here, and to it I'm going to add some olive oil. I always start with some olive oil. And I've got an onion, a yellow onion that I sliced kind of nice and thin here, really easy to do. And I'm going to cook these down with a little bit of just salt and pepper. And I'm going to take this onion past sweating them down. I'm going to actually brown the onions, get them nicely caramelized. It's probably going to take about 20 minutes or so to get there. And then once we get the onions nice and brown, I'm going to add some beautiful California Zinfandel and cook down the onions and let that wine reduce, or cook down the wine, and let the the flavors of the barrel and the oak and the wonderful wine kind of all come together and concentrate along with these onions. It's a wonderful kind of sweet flavor that is going to be absolutely perfect on the burger. It does take a little bit of time, so you want to probably start this about 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes before we're ready to cook our patty. So you can see here our onions now, they've been cooking for about 15 minutes or so. They're cooked down quite a bit and they're just starting to brown. I'm going to let them go for probably another 10 minutes or so, and you'll really see how they change over time. They concentrate in flavor, and that brown, wonderful sweetness really comes out. Alright, so you can see here the onions have cooked down quite a bit. I've got brown bits down on the bottom of the pan. The edges of the onions are also turning brown. All that is tremendous flavor. So we're going to grab our California Zinfandel. I'm adding, probably a 3/4 of a cup or so, just enough to cover the onions, and then I'm going to scrape down all those wonderful bits that are on the pan, mingle all the flavors. Once I get it all mixed together here, we're just going to turn the heat down and let the wine reduce until there's very, very little liquid in the pan and all those flavors are wonderfully concentrated. Okay, so our wine now has reduced down probably 3/5 or so, and what I'm going to do is just add a little pinch of sugar to heighten the sweetness just a little bit. This is, it's probably a little too much sugar, so I'll add a dash. I'll toss the rest. Then I'm going to add a touch of the Worcestershire sauce, and then a splash of balsamic vinegar. All absolutely wonderful flavors that kind of bring that tartness, sweetness to the mix here. And we're going to continue to reduce down to these onions almost become like a jam-like consistency, and there's really little liquid left. All right, so for our 49ers burger, time to make our patty here. Now I'm using a beef burger. Of course, you can use any kind of meat you want. You can use any sides you want. I'm going to go ahead and use probably just under a ½ pound burger here. Flatten it out. I like to put that little dimple in the middle that helps to prevent it from shrinking. We season it, and then we'll cook it off. All right, time to cook off our patty. I've got my pan here over good high heat. A little bit of olive oil in the pan, and then we've got our beef patty, which I've seasoned on both sides with salt and pepper. I like to get a good sear on both sides, and I only flip it once. So just lay it in the pan, leave it alone for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we'll flip it over. All right, time to flip our burger over. It's been about 2 minutes. It's only going to take about 2 minutes on the other side. Now, I've added my rest of the family's burgers here. They got little tiny ones. I got a nice big one. Really easy to do. It's going to take about 2 minutes, like I said, on this side. Then we'll come back, put it all together. All right, with just about a minute or so to go, I'm going to go ahead and grab some blue cheese, which I find goes absolutely fabulous with these Zinfandel onions. And go ahead and top the burger. Give it a chance to just kind of seep into the meat or melt off just a tiny little bit. All right, so our burger now is cooked to my liking. So just like every other burger, we're going to let it rest for a few minutes. I've got a plate here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it off. But as it rests, I'm going to grab our onions, which have cooked down. You can see how concentrated all that wine is. I didn't reduce any wine. That's just all evaporated off, concentrated flavors. We're going to top the burger with these hot onions, which is also going to help melt down our blue cheese. And once it sits just for a minute or so, it's going to be time to plate it up. Alright, so this burger is super easy to plate up. It's rested. I'm going to go ahead and put mine on a sourdough roll because it's got to be San Francisco, of course. If you want to, you can always throw a little bit more onions on there. You can do anything you want. let's go ahead and put the lid on it and slice it open, see how we did. Alright, let's go ahead and slice open our Zinfandel burger. How about our Zinfandel blue cheese 49ers burger? It's been an absolute pleasure. 49ers fans, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on No Recipe Required. Alright, San Francisco Niners fans, you guys got a special place in my heart. I live in San Francisco now, so I hope I did your burger and your team justice. I absolutely love these Zinfandel onions. They're a favorite of mine. I think with the blue cheese, they go absolutely perfectly, and it was a damn tasty burger. Go ahead, check out my NFL burger series if you haven't done so already. Here's a link. Don't forget to subscribe, because new burgers, new recipes are going up all the time. And hey, if you like this idea of the onions, check out my balsamic onions. It makes a great topping and accompaniment for all kinds of dishes. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required.